Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2025. This is a new week and a new day, my daily vlog where each morning I turn the lights and camera here in my studio first thing and report to you what I've been doing, what I'm doing next, and how those things are going. My endeavor is to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. So, per the norm, I'm going to start by rewinding it. Here it's Monday, all the way back to Friday. So Friday, my target today after I got that day for the vlog. Rewind again. Friday. So my target for Friday, once I got done with the vlog in the morning, was to work on the tier video that I'm targeting for this coming Friday. And I hadn't been writing an hour when the mailman came and delivered something that I was eager to do a video for, and I almost had a change of heart, a change of plans, but I'm like, no, let's hold that for Monday. Let's stay the course. So I did, even though I tinkered with that a little to look at it and did some research on it, I did instead stay the course and work on that tier video. So I would say it's probably about half written. So I think if I continue to tinker with it, that's good. We should be on target. We'll talk more about that in a second. But I did do the writing for the tier, the research, the gameplay. I'm in a really good place for that. Then later on Friday, the Friday plays came out. So you remember we do those on Thursday. Members get them a day early, and then they come out on Friday. And a great performing Friday plays. I mean, we've talked about, I'd like them to hit around, by the time we talk on a Monday, my target should be between 3,000 and 5,000 at least for it to be, on par with what we've been doing. This one was Sequest, a much requested one, and this was also what I called a redemption, because I kind of ranked it lower than most people thought I should have, so I'm like, well, spend some more time with it. So the Sequest came out on Friday afternoon, and as of this morning, 5,600 views. So good performer for a Friday plays. I haven't picked my new one yet. I thought I had it, but I changed my mind, so we'll get to that. Then late afternoon, actually, I think the first thing maybe I did was the finalized writing for the podcast recordings, and then in the evening, George and Mo and I got together and recorded the next two episodes of the podcast, the first of which we'll edit together tomorrow. Let's see. Then on Saturday, I got out to a local arcade because I heard rumor that they have the new Allen 1 stand-up Asteroids Recharged cabinet there, and they did. And I went and I played some, and they have the little thing where you scan the QR code and it knows who you are and it logs your global leaderboards and all that. It's neat. I played it 4 or 5 times. It was really cool. Then I almost did a live stream on Saturday, but then I got lazy. I decided let's actually capitalize on the weekend and relax. Many times I almost went live, but I ended up not doing it. But I have one planned for tomorrow. So then Sunday, George's Bit by Bit news segment dropped. I think he dropped it in the morning. And was that 11? I think, yeah, 11 on Saturday. And then just since hasn't been a day yet, overnight 1,200 views on that. Good performing Bit by Bit. I see those continue to hover around the I would say the 1,000 to 1,500 range on average with some higher performers, and this one's doing top end of the normal ones. So happy with that. All right, let's get to talking about stats. We talked on Friday, the stats were up, and I said, hey, without a new tentpole video coming out Saturday, not sure if they'll stay up. They did sag a little, but then recovered again on Sunday. So that, on top of a solid end-of-week performance, means good-looking stats. So let me bring up my little chart here, and I'd like to be at or above this midpoint, which represents 13,000 views and 130 subscribers. Tongue twisted day, average over the last 7 days. And in the upper left, you'll see the little chart of the last 28 days. You can see that performance over the last few if you want to see it. And yeah, our average is now looking good. 14,000 views and 210 subscribers off the little chart for now. Tremendous activity over the weekend. I attribute this largely to videos are doing better, but also the shorts that came off of that tier have all done really, really well. As well as the podcast reposts that I'm starting to put on the feed. Those are starting to get a few hundred views apiece. So, I mean, they're not huge contributors, but they're adding to the bedrock of, these numbers. So, and those are hundreds of pieces of content that were created over the last several years. No extra effort other than just some markup and tagging. All of that then has led to a new subscriber count. Of course, as you might imagine, when we talked on Friday, it was 85,800 and about a half. And I said, hey, we've been getting 4 or 5 over the weekend, so maybe we could beat at 86.2 or 3 by today. So we did hit 86,000. So we went past 85.8, 85.9, 86,000. So when am I going to stop? Is it 86,001? 86,002? Maybe it's 86,003. Nope. It's 86,400 and almost like more than 3/4 of the way to 86.5. We've almost made it to 86,500. Not quite. But by the time I even go and take the picture, we could be up in the 90s. It was 86 when I looked. So tremendous activity over the weekend. So that was was it 4.5 something? Yeah. Whew. Nice weekend. So let's talk about today. All of that is great, but doesn't matter if you don't knuckle down the next week. So for today, first things first, I'll record the new episode of Celebrating Yesteryear for Retro Days. Do that every Monday morning and get that delivered for the following week. Take care of that. I have that product that arrived on Friday that almost made me change my plans. It's sitting on the table here. I'm eager to jump in and work on that. It won't be a difficult video to do, but it's one that I'm excited to get out. It's a vintage electronic again, and it's something that a viewer suggested that I find, and I found one for $10, and I'm like, let's take a look at it. It's cool. So I'll be working on that today. Then I need to pick the Friday plays and get that in line, and when I get some time in the slop around the edges, I'll work on the Atari tier some more, continue to write and work on that. So, yeah, that'll line it up. And I guess I said I would talk about it today. I haven't organized it yet today, but last time I looked, the voting for the Purple People thing. Last time I looked, I honestly haven't looked since Friday because I've been busy. Last time I looked, it looked like the winner with the most votes was PLP. And then the huge second place was Pleeps. And so I haven't looked yet, but when I last looked, as I said, the two of those together, aggregate, were like 80% or more of the votes on those two. So it seems like those are the two top winner kind of things. And so I was proposing, I said Friday I would think about this, and assuming the stats are still, voting still where I think where it ended, is that perhaps we kind of amalgamate those, and PLP becomes the official acronym, and Pleep becomes the way you read it. So you pronounce PLP rather than saying PLP. PLP is pronounced Pleep. And then you get the Purple Line People, you get the Purple Line, they both mean Purple Line People. So what do you think of that? I don't want to cop out on the vote, but I want to also satisfy the most votes, and it seems like those two have resonated the most with the most of the Purple Line people that are voting on it. So that's my proposal, is that if in fact, and before I declare, here's the definitive one, if in fact you're happy with that and no, there aren't any huge objections, I'm thinking perhaps we'll finalize and we'll say, well, hey, based on the primaries and the election and the preponderance of interest, that those two are the most interesting, so that we would put PLP would be the acronym that we would utilize when we're winking at each other in comments. But it's when you say it out loud, hey, my Pleeps are here, my Purple Line people. I think that it's easy to say. It's a word. Anyway. All that together is my proposal. What do you think? What is your input? Can you live with that? Yeah, we'll continue to discuss it a little bit, and we'll finalize it sometime here this week as we have a discussion in the comments, as we do. That's all just gravy on top of. That's just the fun sideline that we're doing. Most important thing for me, though, is I got to get back to work. So I'm going to do that right now. I want to thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. If you're one of those Pleeps, try it on, see how it fits. You know that I love you for that. Thank you so much for being here. It's nice to see some stats up. Nice to see just a little bit of upward momentum after several weeks. Again, not resting on my laurels and assuming, hey, we're home free, because we're not. It's just ready to continue. But it's nice to see that. So have a great Monday. Don't forget to do something good for yourself, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.